You see, when it comes to the actual month of March 2023, you need to be careful a little bit. And I will tell you why you need to be careful a little bit. I'm not trying to scare you in any way whatsoever, but I'm just trying to open your eyes towards what's about to actually happen. At some moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolini, and this actually happened within the last couple of years, you've done something, or you were maybe working with something, or you were around you were around someone. But the problem was that within the last couple of years, maybe you gave something to someone, or maybe someone you gave something to someone, or someone borrowed something from you, like saying that they're going to give it back to you. These are not the actual people who are so important to you, like your family members or your best friend. This is somebody else that you need to be careful about. Almost as if someone took something away from you, and they are trying to they're hoping that you are going to forget about it. So you need to understand, and you need to realize that like a little bit darker cloud around you. So this is something that you're gonna need to work on, my gorgeous Virgolini. You're gonna need to kind of get something back, something that someone took away from you. Whether this is to do with something like something materialistic, whether this is to do with some kind of money, whether this is to do with the finances. Maybe you were like putting money towards something, and there is a certain specific amount of money that is still kind of needs to come back to you, but someone is just trying to be very, very sneaky, very naughty, and very negative, and very dark about it. So when you find yourself in the process of trying to get something like that back, you can expect to start with to be ignored. Perhaps you've already tried that, and then you felt like a kind of ignored, and then these people are hoping that you are going to forget about it. No, baby, no. It is not about materialistic possessions. It is not about money as such, but it's more about like principles. You know what I mean? It's more about, why would you do this? Why would you forget about something that, it's to do with the wrongdoings type of thing? Why would you forget about something that it well belongs to you? So you need to really work on that. So whether you already started the process of getting something back, something that someone owns to you, basically, whether you've already started this process, or whether you are about to start this in March, it's important for you to work on it, because someone is really hoping, and I don't like that whatsoever. Someone is really hoping that that you are going to forget about it, and I don't like it, because I don't like a lot about this person, or I don't like a lot about this group of people, if it's to do with a group of people, for example. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to be on your mind quite a lot, especially when it comes to the 13th of March, because on the 13th of March something is going to happen, and you are it's going to be absolutely impossible for you not to be reminded of that situation. So what's going to happen on the 13th of March, it's nothing to do with what I've said, but it's going to remind you, you're going to become aware of something, and then it's going to remind you of someone owing something to you. And I'm not talking about the gorgeous people in your life. I'm not talking about your family. I'm not talking about amazing people in your life. No, baby, no. I'm just talking maybe about people who used to work with, or you had some kind of deal with, or whatever this is. It's going to become obvious to you on the 13th of March, because at that moment in time you are going to be reminded of that particular situation. And even if it's like a little bit of money, if it's to do with the money, for example, do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean nothing. Do you know, even if it's to do with a little bit of money, why would you leave that little bit of money, for example, to someone who knows it's like, for example, really rich and greedy and horrible and quite negative and not really nice? You'd rather take that little bit of money and give to the child in your family, or give to someone in your family, or give to your friend, buy something for your friend. Why would you just forget about it? No, baby, no. It is to do with the principle. No, baby, no. The principles in life. So please, just kind of, you need to sort this out, because I do not like this person or this group of people whatsoever, because you are gorgeous, you are beautiful, you're very smart, and you're very clever, you're very sharp in so many different ways. But I think sometimes you're so beautiful and so gentle, and sometimes to certain people you come across in a way like they can like take mick out of you or something like that, take mick out of you or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not funny, I know, but it's just the way I've said it. I've laughed at myself, really. You know, so it's like basically, you know, it's like, no, why would you, almost as if they're like, they think that you're smart, they think you're intelligent, they think you're clever, but I also think that they're more clever than you are, for example, because they didn't perceive you in the right way. They don't understand how sharp and how smart and how intelligent you are. I'm not saying they didn't realize that you are intelligent, but I'm just saying that they're maybe playing on you, kind of like they see you in a certain way, like maybe being like a little bit naive or whatever. So they are gonna have a little bit of surprise, my gorgeous Virgolini. So what I need you to do, what I want you to do is to come to the bottom of that. Okay, so try to do things methodically, step by step, and see where this is actually going to take you. So it's just like something that it's really kind of, it's not only about getting this back, but it's also, there is, when that comes to an end, when you get this back, and you are going to, when that comes to an end, there is some kind of something very specific that you're going to find out about yourself. There is something very, very specific that you're actually going to find out about yourself. Where are they? Well, look at this. Sorry. So you see, look, gosh, these two cards, they just come out, okay? They just came by itself. By that time, by that came to an end, you are going to find out something very specific about yourself, something very interesting about yourself, and you're going to like it, because that in itself is somehow going to make you aware of the fact that you are ready to start a kind of a journey. Okay, and on another note, this is also gonna be really, really more beneficial and more important when it comes to your finances and financial situation. And that in itself, my gorgeous Virgolini, is going to lead towards, you see, you being able to do something really big. This, when it comes to your home and when it comes to your immediate environment, but more about making a giant, enormous, big mama, mind-blowing decision. It's to do with you like doing a really big change, but you see how everything is connected. So this is going to push you towards you ultimately doing like a really big change when it comes to your home and when it comes to your immediate environment. And this is all to do with you starting some kind of a journey indeed. When it comes to your numerology, when it comes to this type of things, when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is 1309, 1309, and that in itself means that you are going through transformation. You're going to have a transformation in your life, and it's gonna happen at the time when you least expect it, okay? And at the same time, there is a massive, enormous burden going to come to an end, and it's not going to come to an end completely, but first of all, it's actually going to happen in a different order. Sorry, first of all, you're going to realize that there's some kind of burden, it's coming to an end, okay? This is really important. And then at the same time, you are gonna like kind of be absolutely left with no option but to start some kind of process of transformation when it comes to your life. And when I say to start some kind of process of transformation, and now you're just almost gonna go in a mode where you're gonna kind of blame yourself after that moment in time. Like, you're gonna start feeling unhappy with certain things that you have felt unhappy for a while, but they are gonna be highlighted, they're gonna become very heavy, and they're gonna leave you with no option but to just kind of come out of it, just move towards the right direction. So it's gonna bring you nice and gentle push or a nudge, shall I say, when it comes to you just going towards the right direction in life. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to March 2023, you know, what I also really like here, it's like how you're gonna, you know, you're gonna see something, you know, especially when it comes to the actual, in between the 17th and the 27th of March. And what you're gonna see in between the 17th and the 27th of March, it's really going to motivate you. And it's gonna motivate you because what you're going to become aware of, like a really energized potential that is almost immediately going to make you feel so passionate, but at the same time you're going to feel something within you that you've never felt before, and that in itself is going to be telling you, it's going to be like part of your internal guidance, which is going to be telling you and gently pointing you towards the right direction. But it's only going to happen in such a way where you will understand that your luck is changing in the best possible way. Your luck is changing for the better. So this is going to reflect on the negative part of your life that you've been through over the last couple of years, and the negative stages that you had to go through in order to learn specific things, because you've learned so much over the last 2 years about the world, about yourself, about your spirituality, and all these things have brought you to this point in your life. It's to do with your destiny, it's to do with your fortune, it's to do with your life purpose, it's to do with an amazing outcome, you know, that this is going to lead you. And it's also to do with towards you doing something that you're so passionate about, like extremely passionate about. And at the same time, this is going to reveal to you your own truth. This is to do with your talent. It's to do with things that you're talented about, because every single one of us is good for something. I absolutely reject people when they tell me, oh yeah, oh, I'm good for nothing, oh no, I'm boring, I'm not good for this, I'm not good for that, I'm good for nothing. No baby, no. Every single one of us is amazing when it comes to something very specific, you know, whatever this is. And this is what we are. We are such a complex spirits, you know, and this in itself means that every single one of us has got a different life purpose, of course, but it's all kind of boiling around the same thing. You have to do those things that are connected to your soul, that is connected to your spirit, and you can only do this by following your passion, my gorgeous Virgolini. So this is all about you following your passion and finding out an important truth about yourself when it comes to your talent, and this is going to lead towards the brand new beginning. This brand new beginning that I'm talking about, it's gonna reveal itself within the last 7 days of March, but it's more to do with you coming up with the different ideas how you're gonna work on an old plan. How you're going to work in an old plan. Okay, so this is something that is connected to the brand new beginning, because at that moment in time, by then you're going to feel rejuvenated. By then you're also not going to be able to believe what's actually happening in your life, my gorgeous Virgolini, let alone what destination this is going to take you. It is going to, when it comes to that new beginning, my gorgeous Virgolini, you have to really pay attention to what is persistently on your mind within the last 7 days of March, because this brand new beginning that I'm talking about, it's not gonna happen overnight. Okay, it's going to take a little while, but I can tell you that September, your month baby, September 2023, it's gonna be mind-blowing. What is going to be happening in your life in September 2023, you can only dream about right now. So the more you put energy towards this, you know, when I say the more you put energy towards this, you just need to be as open-minded as you can, and you will see where this, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's about to take you. Never ever underestimate your own ability to make your dreams come true. I want this to be a mantra throughout the month of March, my gorgeous Virgolini. You really need to remember this, okay? Because that in itself is the God-given truth. It's the truth. And then on another hand, this, by kind of reminding yourself of this mantra throughout this actual month, each time you say it, each time you think about it, each time you elevate yourself, and each time you elevate yourself, the problem that was so giant and dark and negative, it's in a completely different, becomes in a completely different light. It literally disappears. And that's the energy that I'm talking about, because it just pushes you towards the right things in life, and it's just like kind of like it separates you from things that have just been kind of holding you down, and it's all in our mind, of course. So, and also, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to nutrition and when it comes to health, I also, again, I really want to recommend you to get a natural vitamin D3. Even if you're in the sun every single day, this is something that I highly recommend you. Natural vitamin D3, it's going to boost your immune system, it's going to give you energy, but it's at the same time going to be super beneficial for your sensitive bones. That needs to be taken alongside a natural zinc picolinate, which works perfectly in order to boost your immune system with vitamin D3, but at the same time it's also going to be beneficial for your skin, hair and nails as well. And the third thing that I would like to recommend you is organic chlorella. This is like a must, literally, because organic chlorella is a very, very powerful supplement, and lots of people don't even know about it. It contains omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's essential. And omega-3 essential fatty acids are in itself going to boost your immune system even further, but at the same time it's going to be beneficial for your mind, for your memory, for your brain, for your thinking. It even keeps you like kind of optimistic, you know. It helps with the memory, it helps with concentration and things like that. And on top of that, it helps you to detoxify your body from dangerous metals. And there are dangerous metals everywhere. They're in the sky, they're in the ground, they're in the soil, they're in the plants, and they end up in our bodies. And dangerous metals, indeed, whether you believe this or not, my gorgeous Virgolini, now it's time to start believing in this, because it's true. And so what these dangerous metals are ultimately going to do to our bodies, they're going to prevent our bodies from absorbing important nutritions, and then when that happens, it's like no baby no, very dangerous indeed. So this is why I highly recommend organic chlorella, because it has been tested over and over again for its ability to detoxify our bodies from the dangerous metals. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy these supplements, and they are my own supplements that are made with exceptional quality ingredients, without any rubbish, without any stupid fillers or unnecessary fillers or anything like that, and they're suitable for vegetarians and vegans, you know. So I highly recommend you to get my supplements, and you can get them in, the links are going to be in the description below, or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin supplements, and you will see my supplements coming up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I just want to start with the very 1st of March. On the very 1st of March, something is going to be on your mind. On the very 1st of March, you are really going to be thinking about some kind of personal problem that you have been thinking about for a while, but you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to start. It's to do with you kind of like not know how to start this, like dealing with the personal problem. And this has been on your mind for so long, and this is something that only your best friend would kind of know about. So when you remind yourself, when this is again on your mind, this personal problem, my gorgeous Virgolini, this has been on your mind for a while. It's just something that it's making you feel, and it's starting to make you feel incredibly unhappy. And it's to do with you wanting to move on with a certain part of your life. And it's just like you've tried before, but you couldn't. You tried before, but you couldn't. And maybe it wasn't the right time, or maybe you need to wait a little bit more. So it's to do with something that you know came to an end a long time ago, but it's still waiting from you to come to terms with it. this. So it's just the quicker you kind of like really are honest with yourself, the sooner you will be able to come up with the solution when it comes to it. So it's not about, oh yeah, the solution is going to come at exactly that moment in time, but I just want you to understand that this is something that is more serious now than you can possibly imagine, because it's to do with a part of your life that has been making you feel really unhappy and really lonely at a time when you shouldn't really feel lonely, you know. So it's not so much about you just, yeah, I'm just going to deal with that immediately. No, baby, no. But it's just about, you know, being honest with yourself and just kind of like really just highlighting that problem and just like kind of, you know, like not ignoring it. And it's the more you're open to it, you know, the quicker and the sooner you're gonna come up with a solution. And in fact, already within the last few days of March, you know, things are gonna start moving on, you know, when it comes to that particular problem. But pay attention to what exactly is going to happen on the 21st of March. On the very 21st of March, you know, it's almost going to be the last little drop, you know, that it's going to make your glass overflowing. Something that's going to happen when it comes to that specific problem that you're going to be thinking on the 1st of March, or something is going to happen on the very 21st of March. There is a specific information that you're going to feel, you're going to hear, and at that moment in time, for some reason, you are going to have absolutely enough. And it's true. And when that happens, you must not rush with absolutely anything, and don't let your emotions to take a better of you. Just, you know, just like basically be happy that that actually happened, because it's going to just help you to speed up the process, the progress, you know, the process that would otherwise you would just struggling how to come up with a solution. This is something very personal, very private, and it's to do with your personal life, and it's to do with your emotions. Sorry. It's to do, sorry, baby burp, baby burp, baby burp, baby burp. Sorry, baby, sorry. So now, so that's the first, that's something on the, sorry, I just go off, you know. So that's on the 1st of March, my gorgeous Virgolini. What else I was going to recommend you, like check this gorgeousness here and look at this beautiful silicone crystal. Look how beautiful this is, and it's a very, very powerful pendant in so many different ways. This silicone crystal, it's going to be super essential for you to wear throughout March, April and May, specifically because it's going to bring you feeling of lightness and the sense of serenity, and that means that it activates clear heart connection with the divine. It's gonna kind of like really help you to be honest with yourself. It's gonna help you to be open-minded at a time when you're maybe surrounded by the people who are very dark, maybe surrounded by the people who are very negative. I'm not saying that you're going to be surrounded necessarily with the actual energy vampires, but I'm just saying that sometimes we need to do certain things in life that are really important to us, signing certain things when we have to be very sharp and we have to be very clever. I'm not saying you're not sharp, I'm not saying you're not clever, but I'm just saying that you are going to be surrounded by a lot of people who are going to be going through difficult things in life. Now the problem is that these people that you're going to be surrounded by are also going to have a very strong energy. They're not necessarily negative, they're not necessarily nasty, dark or evil, no baby, no, but these are people that are dealing with some kind of like a very difficult problems. They have a heavy and powerful energy in itself that sometimes can work like really against them, let alone other people. So because you're going to be doing lots of important things when it comes to moving on with life, you don't want to be affected by the people with the negative vibration and energy. I'm not saying you're going to be like, oh, like this, like Frozen, not being able to do what you want to do, but literally it's just kind of like out of 100% that you could do and you could give, you know, our energy and vibration always gets affected by these people. And why am I telling you this? That they don't have to be negative and nasty, but it really depends. If they are going through something difficult, then you're going to be surrounded by the people who are going to be projecting the certain amount of negative energy towards you, which is going to affect you being as effective as you should be with the probably things in your life that you should give your most in, your all. So this is why a silicone, it's absolutely brilliant because, you know, it's just also if you feel anxious, like, oh God, if you feel negative, if you feel sad, if you feel depressed, you know, this is a lot to do with your energy and it's a lot to do with your balance. But as soon as you put this on, it just brings that balance back. You just touch these crystals and you're like, hello, my darling. Do you know what I mean? So this is something I need you to get ASAP. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, just go for it. Go for it, indeed. This comes with a sterling silver chain, this silicone, sorry, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're also supporting my channel as well. Sorry. I think my throat is dry, 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 dry. My throat is dry, 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 dry. Sorry. That's it. That's it. I have no water, so that's it. I'm dead. No, I'm joking. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, the second important date is going to be on the very 3rd of March. On the 3rd of March, you know, you are, there is no different way of putting this, but you are going to have a rude awakening when it comes to the 3rd of March. And literally, sorry, literally, when it comes, you know, this is because I've done already 2 readings, and then when I do 2 readings, now it's the 3rd reading, I'm like, oh, I'm joking. Yeah, so the 3rd of March, the 3rd of March, it's like maybe I shouldn't have started like you are going to have a rude awakening. I should have started the different way around. On the 3rd of March, you can literally expect the unexpected. Okay, listen to me, my gorgeous Virgolini. On the 3rd of March, you can literally expect the unexpected. I'm telling you this, okay? Big mama is coming in, yeah? So on the 3rd of March, you can literally expect the unexpected, and that is all about this rude awakening that I am talking about, what you're gonna find out, what you're gonna become aware of, what you're gonna be facing. It's also gonna make you just a little bit emotionally depleted. Now, don't get me wrong. This is emotionally going to affect you just a little bit, and that in itself, it's really going to trigger something very important within. It's going to push you towards something that you wouldn't normally go towards, but you need to nip in the bud, you know, type of thing. So this is going to push you towards you needing to make an important decision. So you're going to find yourself, this is all going to lead towards you kind of understanding, oh my God, I need to make an important decision. But that in itself, I need to highlight, this is the time, this is what you need to remember. When it comes to that indecisiveness, you know, you're going to want to make a decision, but you are going to feel a little bit indecisive. And when it comes to indecisiveness, you know, you need to understand to better think twice. So I'm not being dark lala or anything. Don't worry, because this this March is gonna end up brilliantly for you. Brilliantly. There is so much that is actually going to resolve, you know, and by the end of this March, you are gonna feel like on top of the world. You're gonna feel on top of your game, because it's all gonna lead towards you having like a really powerful accomplishment, a really personal accomplishment, which is gonna elevate you. It's gonna like really make you aware of how powerful you are, how strong you are, how different you are. But it's also going to make you aware of the certain choice that you made like about 2 or 3 years ago, where everybody was saying like, you're crazy, you know, what are you doing, what are you talking about? And now this is all kind of gonna level up for you. This is all gonna kind of confirm some kind of choice that you chose to take, path that you chose to take. I'm going back to 2 or 3 years ago when everybody would completely disagree with you. So it's all about the confirmation, how important it is to stick to the certain paths of your spiritual journey, regardless what other people say. Because it's, even if the people are so close to us, it's not always that they completely understand us, what we do, how we do things. Because very often we are guided by our soul, are guided by our spirit towards a very strange destinations in life, you know. And this is needed for us personally to go through certain things on purpose in order to get the maximum amount of knowledge that helps us like see things in life in a different way. Everything is in our mind, and if we are constantly scared of things and if we are constantly negative about things, we're going to invite these bitches into our lives. We're going to invite this negativity into our lives, you see. So you just need to kind of break through and become aware of your own strength, and this is exactly what is going to happen by the end of this March. So you see what I mean, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's going to be big. So now, sorry, going back to the very 3rd of March, so you're going to find yourself being a little bit indecisive. When you find yourself being indecisive, at the same time, you better think twice. Why? Because on one hand, what you're going to be thinking about when it comes to being indecisive, so you know, on one hand, you need to remember to not to be distracted by something new. Please, there's certain things that you're going to hear, but then don't be distracted. On another hand, you know, on one hand, when you find yourself indecisive, one of these things that you're going to be thinking about, you will know which way to go. You will know literally which way to go. But you still have to be honest with yourself. So when you find yourself being indecisive, on one hand, you need to understand that one part of what you're going to be thinking about, one side is going to be like, oh, I'm unable to commit to this anyway. And it's to do with something very, very impractical, okay? Very impractical, and it's almost like you will know that particular thing on one side is going to make you almost like you're looking to fill the void, but at the same time you will know that this is something that is going to make you very, very quickly dissatisfied. You will need more. And then on another note, another thing you will know is the right thing, baby, but you must not overanalyze. You must not overanalyze. So you just have to really kind of, when you find yourself being indecisive, you know, just within the first few, you know, seconds, within the first few minutes, you will know what is the right way for you to go towards. So you will avoid to looking to fill the void. You will avoid to go for something that you're unable to commit, and that you will avoid to go for something that's really impractical, but there is something that is going to be so kind of delicious around it at the same time, which is going to be like, oh, it's going to become very kind of like you know, like very attractive to you. You know, so there is some kind of attractiveness that is going to be around it, that is going to be kind of, that you're going to be leaning towards, you know, leaning towards. But then at the same time, just remember, no, baby, no. You know, it's like you're going to be unable to commit to this. This is impractical. At the same time, this is something that is going to make you quickly dissatisfied. So you really have to go, when you find yourself indecisive, you will know that first of all, you know what to do, and then suddenly you change your mind, you're thinking about something else, and then you go back to your first initial feeling. But you must not overanalyze whatsoever, because if you start with the process of overanalyzation, then it's just almost immediately gonna make things unclear to you, because it's going to close your mind, and then perhaps you will go for the bad idea. So this is something, my gorgeous Virgolini, you literally need to remember. Another thing I was going to recommend you, it's like so gorgeous, and it's so beautiful. Look at this absolutely stunning baby here. I don't know what the light is in here, like when it comes to seeing these crystals, but this is crazy lace jasper. Look at how beautiful this pendant is, and this is something which is going to help you to ward off evil eye, and it's also going to bring joy, and it absorbs emotional pain, so you can get on, you know, with things in life. This helps you to communicate, it helps you to talk, it helps you to express yourself, it helps you to say the right things, but it also helps you with your own motivation, and on top of that, it helps you to feel energized. So if you feel tired and you feel like you're having no motivation and you feel down and negative, this is also absolutely amazing pendant to have, because it has got the power to immediately elevate your vibration as well. And as soon as you kind of put it on and touch it, you can immediately feel the different vibration, a different energy, and that also also like kind of really kind of points you towards the right direction, but also you get like a, you know, on one hand you understand science in like a much more powerful way, but also you get all sorts of ideas as well that you wouldn't normally have, and on top of that you feel courageous to do them, otherwise you wouldn't. So this gorgeous crazy lace jasper comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this again is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous Virgolini, so thank you very much for that. The second important date is going to be on the 11th of March. On the 11th of March, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are really going to have like, oh my god, an unexpected change here. But this unexpected change, it's gonna be so brilliant, and it's also going to help you to change your attitude about something, you know, that it's important for you to change your attitude about. Okay, so this is important, so important, and you will see what exactly this is going to be. And at the same time, when it comes to this unexpected change, you know, you are gonna feel so good, you are gonna feel so happy. This unexpected change that you're gonna become aware of, that you're gonna hear, that you're gonna find out, this is really to do with your life, and it's to do with something that you've been waiting for absolute ages. But this is really going to happen much sooner, much quicker, and it's going to put you in a mode where you are gonna feel like, oh my god, you're gonna be overflowing with emotion, and you're gonna feel extremely creative. And that means that this is, you know, your spirit is gonna rise. You're gonna feel a very, very strong and positive vibes here. You're gonna feel a very, very strong and positive vibes here. So that unexpected change that you're going to have, it's gonna lead towards you having a very strong and positive vibes. And that means that you need to remember that now you need to focus on only one thing. You need to focus on only one thing. By focusing on only one thing here, so you just need to step back and you will know what that is. So you need to focus, because there are going to be a few different things on your mind, okay? So you need to focus on one thing here. By focusing on one thing only, this is going to help you to get a different perspective, and especially when it comes to making a voluntary sacrifice, because if you don't get this right, you're going to make a sacrifice that in your mind, this is going to be something negative and dark and sad. In fact, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So this would kind of affect your energy and vibration, and that in itself would really especially affect you in terms of planning and in terms of you opening yourself up as much as you should, because it just makes you more courageous. The more courageous you are, the more passionate you are going to be. The more passionate you are, the more things are going to be for you to look forward to and to follow, especially at the time of March 2023, because for you especially, this is going to be the time of like waking up, the time of rejuvenation, and the time of you putting your foot down and just like getting on with your own life in your own way, on your own terms, my gorgeous Virgolini. You're gonna be surprised, you know, the way this month is actually going to end up in the best possible way. So it's about an unexpected change, which is gonna lead towards you having a very, very strong and positive vibes towards something, which is going to, you're gonna need to single out the fact to not to focus on one thing. You're gonna need to single the fact to focus on one thing, not to focus, but to focus. Okay, so you're gonna need to focus on one. You're gonna need to focus on one thing here, and that in itself is going to help you to get a different perspective when it comes to this voluntary sacrifice. And this is also gonna like kind of help you to start moving on with your life when it comes to you feeling unsettled to feeling very, very settled, and especially when it comes to you understanding and realizing that now you need to let go of bad and old ideas as well, because this is the time when the process of transition is really going to start when it comes to one of the most amazing journeys of your lives. My gorgeous Virgolini, you deserve this so much indeed. The next important date It's going to be also, when it comes to the actual, the 23rd and 24th of March, 23rd and 24th of March, you must not ignore the need for rest. And this is going to be your personal little challenge. Do not ignore the need for rest. Why? Because you're going to be working on something so kind of important, and you're going to feel like you need to rest, that you need to kind of rejuvenate a little bit. Your body is going to be letting you know. Your body is going to be keep on making you aware that you need to take maybe day out or a couple of days out. It's not only about you needing to have a little bit of rest. This is your spirits trying to warn you and prepare you that something really big, like, oh my God, you're going to feel it. Something really big is coming that you need to feel, you need to be mentally prepared for, because something that's really big coming very few days after that moment in time. If you don't mentally prepare yourself for that, by rejuvenating yourself, by meditating a little bit, perhaps by visiting the forest, by grounding yourself, by taking a time out of 1 day or two, it's going to help you to mentally prepare for something really big that's about to happen a few days after. So this is important, okay, in itself. But also on another hand, you know, it's like maybe you will go to some kind of a spa, or maybe you will meditate, or maybe you will go to visit the forest. Maybe you're just going to sit by the sea or by the river. It has got a very powerful and spiritual impact on us and our lives, and this is what I constantly do. But it's not only about that. It's about you having some kind of important insight, an important insight. So it's not only about mentally preparing yourself for what's to come. No, it's not only about not only about ignoring the need for rest, but at the same time, something is going to come to you in terms of the actual intuition. You know, like some kind of psychic message is going to come to you. And what this psychic message is going to be about, it's like you will know exactly what needs closure. You will know what needs closure in your lives. The last important date, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's actually going to be on the 27th of March. On the 27th of March, you are really going to have such an amazing mind-blowing idea. You are going to have an amazing, mind-blowing, bold idea. This is immediately like kind of, you will see that the 27th of March is going to be really weird, but really good day. You are going to realize, like, there are so many realizations that you're going to have on that day, and you're going to be thinking really fast. You're going to be thinking really quick. So this is also going to be a mind-blowing day when it comes to you showing your mental abilities, but also when it comes to resolving problems, you know, and because you're going to surprise yourself, because on that day you're going to be and you're going to feel extra special, because you're going to have that power where you're going to be able to not only think really quickly, but you're also going to be able to come up with the solutions to the certain problems really quickly. And pay attention to somebody in your life that you're constantly worrying about, someone who means to you so much, somebody in your life you're worrying about. That person is doing something to themselves that they shouldn't. Maybe it's to do with a little bit of like a some kind of addiction or something like that, you know. There is some kind of a realization that you're going to have about that person as well. What is the best possible way to help them and how to help them. You didn't know how to do it so far, but now this idea, it's really gonna start paving the way. You know, you are gonna feel very kind of confident about it, and trust me, it is going to be the right thing to do. But apart from that, on the 27th of March, so you are going to have a really kind of this bold idea. It's like this important, powerful idea that is just a really kind of going to require from you to have some kind of important conversation. And it's going to be part of that idea is going to be you like kind of debating something, you know. And but at the same time, that bold idea that you are going to have, it's on one hand going to attack certain problems that you have, but on another hand, it's going to attack certain problems in your life just by you taking this on. So what is this idea about? What is this idea about that I'm talking about on the 27th of March? It's to do with you knowing exactly how you're going to transform your ideas and goals into reality. It's to do with a skillful action that you're going to need to make, but it's also to do with you getting to that moment in time where you are going to start feeling so confident about your power, because you will realize that you've got all the resources you need. Indeed, it's about you mixing and blending together to create something new, my gorgeous Virgolini. But at the same time, it's going to mean to you so much, because you are going to feel very loved and supported by the right people in your life, and that is going to make you feel even happier, because you will know what you're doing right now. It's going to affect you on your own. It's going to affect your own spirituality. It's going to make you feel so much better, but it's going to make you feel so much happier, because at the same time, this is somehow paving the way back to let those people into your life who haven't been in your life for a while. I mean, to let into your life. It's going to reconnect you. Maybe I should have used the word this in itself. It's really going to start the process of you reconnecting with like a very special people in your life, like your family members you haven't seen for a while, maybe certain friends you haven't seen for a while. You will see how much you were missing this, and you will be wondering, why didn't you do this before? And then you're going to realize how much certain things were holding you down, holding you back. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful moment here, my gorgeous Virgolini, in so many different ways. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Now, you have both been through something very, very difficult. You and your partner have been through something very difficult, because the problem is that, you know what, this is going back to like about 2 or 3 years ago. You were working on something so big, so important. And you have been working on something really big and really important, and then your plans just like kind of like, oh my God, your plans just like kind of froze. Your plans just didn't work out, because there were so many other things that were happening, and some kind of outside influences which you couldn't control whatsoever affected you both. So the bottom line is, some kind of plan that meant to you so much, to both of you, you did find yourself right at the beginning of it, and it would take a long time in order to get where you both wanted to get when it comes to that plan. You know, lots of planning, and you needed to start. You didn't even properly start, and then poof, all gone, because of like lots of things were happening on the outside, and this affected you. It didn't make you feel completely sad and negative and miserable and depressed, no baby, no, but it definitely did affect you. It did affect your way of thinking. It did affect your happiness. It did affect your optimism, because it put you in the stage of like you feeling like, both of you feeling a little bit blocked and restricted, and both of you were like in some kind of stationary mode, like waiting for that moment in time when you're going to be able to carry on with this thing which is so important to you. And why am I saying this to you? It's because in March, you are at around the 9th of March, something really big is going to happen, and you will know that you are able to kind of like really continue with something so important to both of you. But most importantly, you're going to realize your own resilience on the 9th of March, at around the 9th of March. You're going to realize your own resilience, and you're also going to realize that you're almost done, you know, with some kind of dark and negative stage. You will realize that there is a final push that you still need to make, you still need to do before you kind of do this. And now that in itself is going to make, like really kind of make you aware of the fact that now it's really kind of, now you really should kind of be carrying on with that particular plan from before. But you know, it must not put you off that this is going to be a steady progress. It is going to be a bit of a hard work, but you should most importantly do this, and you need to stick to this plan. Do not change this plan. And almost as if someone is going to be like kind of aggressive in front of you and your partner, and they're going to try to push something towards you, give you something, point you towards a certain direction, making you to do something, for example, but you're going to find this like a little bit aggressive. So you just need to kind of like really stick to the plan. You're both going to kind of see there is something to push you you about that particular person. Someone is going to offer you maybe like a little shortcut towards where you want to get, but you know that there is no shortcut, there is only one way around. But you're both going to become aware of this person being way too pushy. So as soon as you become aware of this person, just remind yourself that you need to stick to the plan. It's all going to happen how you want it to happen. It was just delayed for 2 or 3 years, but you are on the right destination. Okay, so, and it can only come from you too. So don't allow someone from the outside influence to try to, you know, offer something to you that absolutely doesn't make sense whatsoever. So remember to stick to the original plan, indeed. And for those of you, my gorgeous Virgolini, who are single and ready to mingle now, this is what I need you to make you aware of, the fact that now you are really kind of going to have this moment at around the 12th of March, and it's going to happen at around the 22nd of March as well. So first of all, at around the 12th of March and then the 22nd of March. Both of these days are going to be completely different, obviously, but both of these days you're going to think about something really personal, and both of these days you're going to become intuitively aware of what exactly do you need to do. Intuitively, you're going to be aware of what exactly do you need to do to let someone into your life, but you're also going to intuitively become aware of what exactly that hasn't been happening for a while, and you're also going to become intuitively aware of exactly what do you need to do in order to speed the progress, you know, to speed this process in your life. And that in itself is going to require from you to kind of become less restricted. So you're going to need to open your mind, but you're also going to realize that there is something new that you want to like kind of go towards, and this new thing that you're going to go towards is going to require from you to come out of your comfort zone. You're going to realize that there is somewhere that you want to go, there is something that you need to go, and you're going to surprise yourself. Now suddenly, instead of going to this swimming pool, for example, now suddenly, I don't know, I'm feeling like I want to go to this other swimming pool, and then something pam pam pam, hello my darling stranger in the night, little Virgolini in the morning. You see that kind of change. So it's to do with something that you're doing on a constant basis, on a regular basis, but now suddenly you need to pay attention to how you're gonna feel like now that you want to go somewhere else and try something different, but it's along those lines. This is important to mention because this is the time this is how you're gonna speed the progress. This in it because you are bringing a new energy into your life. Now it's time for you to bring a new energy into your life, and in order to bring a new energy into your life when it comes to meeting someone new, we either start something new, start the new journey, or we just basically really kind of try different things, change the area where we go on a weekly or on a monthly or on a daily basis, for example. Don't worry, this is going to be absolutely obvious. Whether I see someone coming into your life when it comes to this month, no baby, no. But I most certainly do see that you are about to make one of the wisest choices ever when it comes to changing something randomly, and see where this is going to take you. More so, see who is that about to bring into your life. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.